of music.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Niger Guy Reviews. I'm your boy Ugo. Today we have a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. This is the L, meaning that this is the longer wheelbase version of a regular Grand Cherokee. If you know anything about Jeep, you know that back in 2021 they started making a 7-seater version of the Grand Cherokee. The Grand Cherokee has been around for a very long time, and it has always been a 5-seater. And Jeep just got in the game with this current generation of Grand Cherokee. So today I'm going to give you an in-depth review of this vehicle. We're going to look in the inside, on the outside, and see what's powering this current SUV. Like I said, this is a 2021 used vehicle. So the question is, if you're in the used market for a family SUV, should you be considering this Jeep Grand Cherokee, or should you be looking elsewhere? So let's find out. So starting from the front of this vehicle, of course, this is a regular Jeep corporate grille and the front fascia. If you saw the Wagoneer that I did, you see a bunch of similarities on here. Of course, you have the regular 7 lines Jeep, indicating that this is a Jeep. You have the logo on the top, and coming from the front, you'll see that you have the the sensor is embedded up here, and then you have your LED fog lights, you have your LED headlights on here, and also this doubles on as a daytime running light. So this actually looks pretty nice for what this is. Jeeps has always not, to me, they have not always made like attractive vehicles, but when they started this generation, I guess the Grand Cherokee has always been like, the entry level into a luxurious SUV. But with this particular color and this interior specifications, you see that this is actually inching towards the luxury SUV market. We're gonna go on the inside, and when we get on the inside, you're gonna see what is actually what this is packing. But coming from the side of this vehicle, let's look at this wheel. The wheel that Jeep has given this one is pretty nice. These are running on actually 20-inch alloy wheels. So these are 265/50 R20, and this is a nice setup right here. It's a 5-spoke, 2-tone chrome slash and gray finishing, which is pretty nice. And you have this running on. I believe this is run on air suspension, so meaning that you can raise this vehicle up and down, because of course this is a Jeep. So coming on the side, this looks like a regular Grand Cherokee, but is a bit longer, because like I said, this current configuration seats 6, but you can get this vehicle in a 7-seater configuration. Don't forget that there is also a Wagoneer and a Grand Wagoneer. The Grand Wagoneer is basically Jeep's response to vehicles like the Yukon, the Suburban, and the Cadillac Escalade. But this is also a regular 7-seater, so this is basically like a mid-size SUV, if you can believe that. But we're gonna come around and come to the back of this vehicle. I'm gonna close this. So if you know Jeep and American SUVs, they have their button on the inside. So coming back here, this is, like I said, this is basically it's just an elongated Grand Cherokee. So what you will know is that how you can tell the difference if of the length is, the third row, the back windows. As you can see, this is a bit longer than the average Grand Cherokees. All right, let's go back here. And then, of course, you have this L badge right there telling you that this is a long wheelbase and this is the limited trim level, which is not bad. So now we're going to go on the hood of this vehicle and see what is powering this particular specifications. With the hood open, what I can tell you is that this particular configuration is a 3.6 liter V6, and this is pushing about 290 horsepower, and this is capable of towing about 6,000 pounds on this configuration. So these Jeeps actually have they have one of the biggest towing capacity in the industry. So this particular one, although it's a V6, it can also tow about over 6,000 pounds. The other vehicles like the Hyundai Palisade and the Telluride, those are capable of towing about 5,000 pounds and things like that. But this is an American V8, American V6, and there's also a V8, I think a 5.7 liter configuration of this vehicle that pushes 300 and I believe it's 47 horsepower. You have to slam this for it to close. But yeah, this particular one is 290 and it's not a bad vehicle. This actually is able to move this thing from 0 to 60, I believe is about sub 7 seconds or something, or was it 8 seconds, which is not too bad. Like I was saying, this is a 3.6 liter V6, and I mentioned that there's also a 5.7 liter V8 version of this vehicle. This is capable of towing 6,200 pounds and produces 290 horsepower. And this gives you actually good gas range, which is about 19 city and 26 highway, which is actually not bad. This is being pushed by an 8-speed automatic transmission. Of course, it's a 4-wheel drive because it's a Jeep, and the warranty on this thing is not bad at all either. Well, it is terrible compared to the other vehicles. So this gives you 3-year, 36,000 miles warranty for that, and that's for the and it gives you 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, which is not that terrible. Of course, I will get an extended warranty on this thing, if you want to keep it for longer than 5 years. Given that it's an American vehicle, the parts are going to be cheaper to find, and you can easily take it to any mechanic or shop and they're going to be able to fix it. But given that this is a luxurious SUV, I will consider putting an extended warranty on this thing. So the next thing we're going to do is go on the inside and see how nice this looks, because it actually looks nice. I reviewed the Wagoneer a couple months ago, and this looks exactly like that, which is not a bad thing. So let's go. All right, so sitting on the inside of this thing, you can see, like I mentioned before, it does look nice in here. It has this two-tone leather configuration. It has soft touch everywhere. This is darker leather, and it has this lighter beige color right here. And of course, you have your wood finishing. Yeah, that feels like wood. It has your wood finishing on here, and all the controls is a regular GM vehicle controls. And this vehicle has Alpine sound system. If you know anything about Alpines, you know that they sound really good. And trust me when I say that the sound system in this vehicle sounds amazing. I believe this has, I'm not sure how many speakers it has, but they do sound very good. They do sound very, very nice. And coming up here, you can see the digital dashboard, which of course is about 12 inches, and then you get about another 10-inch on here. This is the regular, previous generation Uconnect system that that comes on these vehicles, which is not bad. It's very responsive, and it gives you display screen kind of setup. I've already reviewed this particular system on the Wagoneer, so if you want to see that video, please go back and watch it. But one of the key differences that I've seen on here, you have these buttons on the top over there, and which is good. And your gear selector is this nice, you know, this dial, this knob right here, which is not bad. I'm not sure. Okay, so this also has ambient lighting. It's kind of getting dark right now, so you can also see the ambient lightings on the doors and on every key part of this vehicle, which is not it's not. I don't know how many colors this can be changed to, but it is not a bad place to be in. When you're actually sitting here, if not that you're looking at the Jeep logo on here, you would think that this is one German vehicle like that, but it's a Jeep. And Jeep has already really like stepped their game up. The Grand Wagoneer is another beast of its own because that has screens like all over. It starts from here and then it has screens, the passenger seat screen, and then it has a screen down here where this cover will be on the Grand Wagoneer is a screen. So please, if you have a Grand Wagoneer, let me review that vehicle. I will really appreciate it. And now we're gonna go into the second row of this vehicle. With this seat being exactly where I would sit comfortably. Let me see how big it is back there. And I know one thing I like about Jeep is the sound of the door. It sounds, purposeful. So when you come in back here, the one thing you notice is captain seats. So like I mentioned, this is a six-seater configuration. So you have your individual seat right here, and then you have your climate controls and your USB controls down there, which is not bad. This is comfortable. It's very comfortable to sit there behind myself. Of course, you still get the same type of materials you get up front. You have soft touch, you have your net right here, not a map pocket, and you have your cup holders in there, and you have your speaker grills, which are like colored the same as the door, which is not bad actually. So these seats can recline and go back and forth, to get you the maximum comfort on long travels. So I would definitely, recommend this kind of vehicle if you're looking for something like this. American cars, they usually make their cars, big. So you definitely will have enough room for, in something like this. Now let's go into the third row seat and see how much spacious that is. So to get in there, it's easy. You just move this and it moves forward. And with that being said, I can just climb in here and get in over here. Okay. So yeah, I can definitely sit back here on a long road travel, because you have your climate vent over there. You have your USB outlets. You have Type C and regular USB right there. And these seats are quite comfortable as well. Yep. So I can definitely sit in here. You have your cup holder there as well, and your your pockets. I don't know what you will put in there, but it is nice. Yep, this is definitely a nice place to sit in. Don't forget that there's also a 7-seat configuration version of this, so you get a bench seat here instead of the captain seat. That is what I would recommend if you have, younger kids, like I do. I would recommend a bench seat instead of the captain seats, because it's easier to have the kids sit up here and put the third row seat back if you need to use that. So speaking of that, let's go in the trunk and see how spacious that is. All right, so push the button, and I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It is not too big. It's not that much spacious because this is a regular. I have these book bags in here, and of course you can fit airport luggages back here. But if you want to have more space, of course you can put these seats back. And to do that, you just put this lever and push, and that is as easy as that. And to get it back up, they give you this strap. You just pull, and then you pull. It literally takes seconds to do that. So, which is why I kind of prefer, these manual seat adjustments. But but I would actually also like the electrical or the electronic control ones, like the one I saw in the BMW X7. Those are very intelligent, but it takes so long to, put the seat down and bring them back up. But they work on their own. But, this also works very well. So, this being an American car, you have the button to shut the trunk right there. Other cars will have it on the trunk itself. So, with that being said, this is a quick review on this particular vehicle. So, I am going to give you my quick driving impression of this thing. So this is my little driving impression of this vehicle. Close the door. I actually really like how this door sounds when you shut it. So to put this in gear, you already know, this will be one of those rotary dial thing where you just put this into drive. Let's put it in reverse first and see what the camera looks like. Okay, so you get this camera and you have the trajectory, and then on the dash also it shows, give you some information. Okay, let's put this back in drive. Put this back on there. All right. The first thing I try in these big luxury SUVs is the turning circle, which is actually pretty nice, and this backup camera is very clear, very, very clear. The steering definitely feels very light. Okay, the steering feels light, and it has some nice pickup on it. Huh. This is definitely a fast 7-seater. I mean, let me see. The sports mode is on top of here. So turn on the sports, and it gives you paddle shifters as well. Okay, that does not drive bad at all. You feel insulated in this thing. Definitely, like you barely hear any outside noise. All you hear is the engine noise that the car makes, which is not bad at all. And this is a 7-seater. Actually, this is a 6-seater configuration. You can get this in a 7-seater too. There's a long wheelbase. If you know Jeep, you know that they've always had, like, the Grand Cherokee has been in in their lineup for a very long time, but it wasn't until 2021 that they made the Grand Cherokee L. Moving it from just a regular 5-seater to a 6-seater and 7-seater configuration. So this right here is a 6-seater configuration. As you can see, the interior leather in this thing is, it's pretty nice. Well, this is capable of towing about 6,200 pounds, which is not bad. Like I mentioned earlier, it has one of the highest towing capacities in the mid-size categories. So that's one good thing that it has going for it. Yeah, I would definitely, recommend buying this. Of course, now in the used car market, with something like this that has approximately about 38,000 miles or 40,000 miles on it, you can see it in the used market for about $38,000. I'll say one that was about $40,000. So yeah, it is not a bad bargain. It's not a bad vehicle to buy. Brand new, this is in the upper 50s, and used, you're now looking at in the 38s, in the upper 30s. So it has definitely depreciated a little bit. So you should keep that in mind when buying this thing brand new. Yeah, so like I was saying, if you're in the market for a used vehicle like this, I would suggest that you shortlist something like this, cross shop this with the other vehicles, like the Hyundai Palisade, the Kia Telluride, the BMW X7 is about the same size as this if you're into like German vehicles. And of course there's the Mercedes GLS. I would say those are actually I think those are in a higher category than this particular vehicle. Maybe not, but yeah, that would be it, guys, for this video. Thanks again for tuning in, and once again, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified of future videos like this. Thank you and have a blessed day.